A sloping cliff and a gravel bank foreground, set off by an outcropping at a bend at the Colorado, attached to the river's power to move on the land. The cliff was formed by the flow at the river's edge, undercutting the rock. The gravel bank was deposited by detritus bearing floodwaters and contains enough moisture to nourish a single spray of wild rye, whose roots are already working down to loosen the underlying pebbles, making them easier for the river to sweep away again. See? See the river? Tiers of sandstone protruded from the Colorado bank, softer deposits of shale that once lay between the sandstone layers have been both weathered by rain and frost and eroded by the river. Look at all these cracks. Ripples carved by wind and water, onto a sandbar on an inner curve of the Colorado near sheet bottom. Name formed after the spring floods, such a bar may remain less than a year. See there? A sun-dried sandbar, marked by tracks of mule deer and raccoons, breaks off in chunks along the river's edge. See, it's breaking up. These are all the animal tracks going here. Crowded tamarisks of sand willows anchor the soil of a century-old sandbar in the loop. The durability of this bar has been ensured by its sheltered position at a point where the river makes its hairpin turn and aims its erosive fire at the opposite bank. See that? Cracked sandstone blocks, gradually breaking off at the face of this cliff, will, in time, drop into the riverbed and accumulate to form new rapids. Loose debris tumbling down from the tall slope near constantly contributes to the buildup of these rapids in Utah's Cataract Canyon. This is Cataract Canyon. Look at the sand breaking off. A welter of white spray spews up in the rapids at the head of Cataract Canyon. Here, the water's fury is released as the riverbed makes an abrupt drop, descending 20 feet over the next mile, more than 10 times the gradient in its quiet stretches. Kind of like waves hitting a beach, don't it? The scarlet roots of a skyrocket gilia plant. Its center stalk, nibbled away by grazing deer, shoot outward from a rubble of stone. See that? This is skyrocket gilia plant. The scales of pinyon pine cones are flared open in early winter, indicating that they are releasing seeds, a bounty of nutritious nuts that provide food for birds and animals. The nuts were a favorite delicacy in the diet of Navajo, Apache, and other Indians. See there? The smoothly rounded contours of Navajo Mountain in Utah rise above the grasses and sandstone hummocks of the high plains of Arizona, while the extraordinary clarity of the country's dry air makes the mountain seem nearby. It is actually 13 miles away and 8 miles distant from the twin tabletops of Cummings Mesa silhouetted on the horizon at left. This is Cummings Mesa. A tough juniper, contorted and stunted after decades of sub-freezing winters and 100 degrees heat of summer, clings to its bare roots bed on a mesa top. In fall and winter, the juniper produces fat berries above. Ute and Paiute Indians once ground mush and cakes from the fruit, and a boiled fragrant wax of the berries is coating. Look at all the berries. This is the tree they grow in. Rubber bush below Navajo Mountain. There's Navajo Mountain. Cummings Mesa far off. There's Mesa Cummings. Cummings Mesa. Juniper in a cleft rock. a stone pinnacle falling into ruin. Dead timber at the edge of a canyon. Carved sandstone in a cliff canyon. A tracery of junipers against cliff canyon wall. A swirl of clouds across above a buttress of Navajo Mountain. There's Navajo Mountain. An array of earth colors near Navajo Mountain. Rainbow Bridge in early morning. Except it's not rainbow. Well, guys, I hope you enjoyed this. Comment below if you enjoyed the book. And join me in my next video where we explore the Grand Canyon.